I've got to tell you, David Gilmour's 2024 was nothing short of extraordinary. You know, it's not every day that this rock legend drops a new album and embarks on a tour. So let's kick things off with the album that started it all, Luck and Strange. You know, when I first heard about this new release, I was thinking this could be his best ever, and boy was I right. Gilmour, working alongside wife and lyricist Polly Sampson, really poured their heart and souls into this one. The tracks were a perfect blend of his signature guitar work and some really innovative stuff. I mean, you could hear the echoes of Pink Floyd, but there was also this fresh new take, possibly due to Gilmour's new producer, Charlie Andrew, giving it a contemporary vibe that just blew me away. Now, before hitting the big stages, Gilmour and his band decided to warm up with a couple of exclusive rehearsal shows at the Brighton Centre. Let me tell you, those lucky fans who got tickets, man, they were in for a treat. It was like getting a sneak peek behind the curtain, you know. These shows were intimate, raw, and just magical. Gilmour was testing out the new material, fine-tuning the set list, and the energy was electric. After Brighton, it was time for the tour to officially kick off. And boy, did they start with a bang. 6 nights at the Circo Massimo in Rome. Can you believe it? I mean, we're talking about an ancient Roman chariot racing stadium turned into a rock arena. The history, the atmosphere. It was just perfect for Gilmour's epic sound. Each night the place was packed to the brim with fans from all over the world. The setlist was a beautiful mix of the new Luck and Strange tracks and some classic Gilmour and Floyd tunes. After conquering Rome, Gilmour brought the show back home to London for 6 nights at the iconic Royal Albert Hall. Now, if you've never been there, let me describe it for you. It's this stunning circular concert hall with a massive pipe organ and these beautiful red seats. It's like stepping into a Victorian time capsule, you know? Gilmour's no stranger to the Albert Hall, but these shows were something special. The acoustics in that place are insane, and it really brought out the nuances in the new songs. Plus, being on home turf, you could tell Gilmour was really feeling it. After wrapping up in Europe, it was time for Gilmour and the band to head stateside. And they didn't start small, oh no. Their first US show was at the brand spanking new Intuit Dome in California. Now, this place had only just opened its doors, so Gilmour's show was one of the first major concerts there. The Intuit Dome is this state-of-the-art arena with incredible acoustics and a really intimate feel despite its size. It was the perfect setting for Gilmour to introduce the American audience to Luck and Strange. The energy that night was off the charts, with fans from all over the country and the world flying into this debut US performance. After the Intuit Dome, Gilmour and the gang set up shop for 3 nights at the legendary Hollywood Bowl. Now, if you've never been to the Bowl, it's this iconic amphitheatre nestled in the Hollywood Hills. On a clear night, you can see the stars above and the Hollywood sign in the distance. It's pure magic. These shows were like a mini festival each night. The setlists were similar, with the loss of only A Great Day for Freedom due to venue timing limits and technical aspects, with Gilmour continuing to pull out some deep cuts and rarities such as Fat Old Sun alongside the new material. And the guitar solos, man, they seem to go on forever, echoing through the hills. Also flowing, though, those hills was an unusual chilly temperature, with a whipping wind causing David to really dig deep to warm up the crowd. It was like Gilmour was channeling the spirit of all the music he had played there before. For the grand finale of the tour, Gilmour and his band headed to the Big Apple for 5 nights at Madison Square Garden. Now, MSG is hallowed ground for musicians, and Gilmour treated it with the respect it deserves. These shows were the culmination of everything the band had been building throughout the tour. Each night was unique with electricity, with the continued set list that spanned Gilmour's entire career. The new songs from Luck and Strange had evolved over the course of the tour, taking on new life in the live setting. Especially the Piper's Call with his daughter Romany adding a special touch, sharing vocals with Dad. And the classic tracks, they sounded fresher than ever. The final night was particularly special, with an encore that had the whole arena on their feet. The David Gilmour Tour website Twitter account described it as a fitting end to an extraordinary journey. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate the incredible musicians who joined Gilmour on this journey. We had Guy Pratt on bass, a long-time collaborator who's been with Gilmour since the 80s. To Gilmour's immediate left was who he aptly described as the new chap getting work experience, Ben Moseley. Moseley was an excellent addition on guitar, complementing David's style. On drums, we had Adam Betts, another Gilmour new album contributor who definitely brought the thunder. Greg Fillinganes and Rob Gentry handled keyboards, adding layers and textures to the sound. And let's not forget about David's daughter, Romany, and the backing vocalists. The Webb sisters, brilliant singer and piano player Louise Marshall, alongside Romany, really filled out the harmonies and gave the songs that extra oomph, you know? This combination won the crowds over quickly each night. The tour website praised this lineup as a perfect blend of musical prowess and chemistry. All right, let's talk about the set list, because boy, it was something special. Each show was an experience, with Gilmour keeping things very tight night after night. Of course, you had all the new tracks from Luck and Strange forming the core of the set. Songs like The Piper's Call and Scattered quickly became fan favourites. But it was the way Gilmour wove these new songs in with the classics that really blew me away. You'd get a new track followed by something like Wish You Were Here or A Great Gig in the Sky, and it all flowed perfectly. And the encore each night, they were the stuff of legend. Comfortably numb sounds better than ever, multiple extended solos, and always ending with a bang. It was like a masterclass in setlist crafting, including a mix of solo material and Pink Floyd classics. The reaction from fans throughout the tour was just insane. Social media was buzzing non-stop, with the @Gilmour Tour Twitter account keeping everyone updated. Fans were sharing photos, videos, and their experiences from each show. It was like this global community had formed around the tour. One of the coolest things was seeing fans from different generations coming together. You had older folks who'd been following Gilmour since the Floyd days, often alongside their children discovering his music live for the first time. The comments and posts were full of people sharing their personal connections to the music and how it had impacted their lives. The @Gilmour Tour account shared some truly heartwarming fan stories throughout 2024. Now let's peek behind the curtain a bit. Tours like this are massive operations, and the Luck and Strange tour was no exception. The crew working behind the scenes was like a well-oiled machine. From the sound engineer Colin Northfield to Mark Brickman and the lighting techs, everyone played a crucial role in bringing Gilmour's vision to life each night. One of the coolest things was seeing how Mark Brickman literally painted the stage with colour by hand on his computer and keyboard. This evolved throughout the tour, as he was constantly tweaking and improving the lights and lasers, also adding new elements and refining others. And the amount of gear? Mind-blowing. Gilmour's guitar tech, Phil Tallior, had to manage a small army of instruments, making sure each one was perfectly tuned and ready to go. The tour website Twitter account shared some fascinating insights into the technical aspects of the production. The media coverage of the tour was great. David was interviewed and performed twice on television. Later with Jules, Holland was the first appearance in the UK. Next up was The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon in New York, with both shows having excellent musical performances by David. Gilmour, being Gilmour, wasn't one for loads of press, but the interviews he did give were gold, including a fantastic interview with Rick Beato available here on YouTube or on the David Gilmour Tour website. There were so many memorable moments throughout the tour, like the night in Rome when a rainstorm hit, and instead of stopping the show, Gilmour and the band played through it, turning High Hopes into this epic rain-soaked anthem, or the time in Rome when his famous Jimi Hendrix guitar strap broke just before the comfortably numb solo started, but I'll let you look that one up yourself. The @Gilmour Tour Twitter account shared some amazing behind-the-scenes photos and video from these special moments. As the tour wrapped up, It was clear that Luck and Strange wasn't just another album and tour. It was a landmark moment in Gilmour's career. The album itself was critically acclaimed, with many calling it his best solo work to date. It wasn't just a nostalgia trip, though there was plenty of that, but a vibrant, living testament to the enduring power of Gilmour's music. It introduced a whole new generation to his work and reminded longtime fans why they fell in love with his music in the first place. The David Gilmour Tour website summed it up perfectly, calling the tour a celebration of timeless music and new horizons. So what's next for David Gilmour after such an epic year? Well, as of now, he's planning on getting back into the studio to work on new material. There are also plans for a Luck and Strange tour video release, as Gavin Elder was on site with a full film crew in Rome, with whispers of potential DVD box set. One thing's for sure. Whatever he does next, it'll be worth waiting for. The Luck and Strange tour showed that Gilmour's still at the top of his game, still capable of surprising and delighting us. The @Gilmour Tour account noted, "Exciting things are on the horizon, so stay tuned." And there you have it, folks. David Gilmour's incredible 2024 journey. From the release of Luck and Strange to the epic tour, it was a year that reminded us all why he's considered one of the greatest guitarists and musicians of our time. If you were lucky enough to catch a show, I hope this brought back some amazing memories. And if you missed out, well, let's keep our fingers crossed for next time. Thanks for joining us on this trip down memory lane. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share your own Gilmour memories in the comments. Until next time, let's hope 2025 is just as Luck and Strange.